Hey everyone, thanks for jumping back into my channel. Today, I want to talk and share my opinion on this 50-day week moving average indicator that you see all over the social media right now. All the huge influencers are sharing their bearish bias based on this indicator because every time Bitcoin goes below 50 EMA, it usually means that the bull rally is over. If you like my content, smash a like and subscribe. It costs you absolutely nothing. With these simple actions, you'll motivate me to create more content and to give you guys these callouts. Right now, let's jump straight into the charts. And all I want to discuss here is about the correlation between other cycle tops and now. How long did it take us to get with Bitcoin where we are right now, from the bottom to the top? I'm going to take a look at the potential bottoms with the data that we have on the charts. Where could be our potential bottoms? Where all of those juicy demand zones are sit at? I'm going to show you the same break of structure method on a higher time frame, the break of structure indicator. After broken the whole structure, bearish scenario, movement to the downside, we're going to discuss about that. I'm going to quickly discuss about altcoins. I'm going to share my logical explanation, my POV, why alts are dead and why we probably won't see a rally on altcoins, why I think that we need a correction. And no, this video thumbnail is not a clickbait. We do need some kind of correction in order to see the same traditional altcoin season as we saw in the previous cycle. And the most important thing in this video, what needs to happen here in order for this bearish scenario fail, and we can stick with our original bullish scenario on the daily time frame. So first things first, the correlation between other tops and what we're seeing right now. So first things first, all I'm going to say is that when back in 2017, 2018, when we found a top and we went straight into the bear market, the drawdown in total was at approximately 84% until we found a bottom, the support. Then back in 2022, 2021, from finding that top and going all the way down, the drawdown in total was negative 75, 77%. So every single time those dumps are not that hard as they used to be. And my take is that from the top, if this is our top, if the 125K was the top, my take is that we're gonna get a 50%, 55% correction. And a potential bottom, as I discussed numerous times in my videos, would be this consolidation back in 2024 summer. This consolidation right now identifies me that we built a strong support. This is the zone when we found 125K top, the negative 55% drawdown, or even the 60%, doesn't matter, but will be way weaker than we saw in the previous cycles. This consolidation right now perfectly aligns and identifies me that this is our demand zone and the price is acceptable for the investors to invest more into a Bitcoin. So keep an eye on this level. If you're an investor, if you're a believer, I'm always saying, you fellas, invest in what you believe in. And if you believe in the Bitcoin in the long run, if we're going to reach those levels, this is your golden zone. This is the zone where you need to focus on. If we're truly in the bear market right now, the bear market starts to kick in, keep an eye on that approximately start accumulating at 70, 66, $50,000 Bitcoin. Inside this gap, I cannot say that accurate, those numbers, just redraw those lines, take a look by yourself and start focusing on those levels if the bear market start to kick in. And the correlation between those bottoms and the tops, let me just take a look at the one simple thing. how long did it take us to found a top and went inside the depression phase into the bear market? When we found the top, when we found the bottom back in 2018, after founding the bottom and then went inside the bull rally, it took us 1,071 days. Right now, after we found the bottom from approximately $14,000, $15,000 Bitcoin, it took us 1,043 days. So the correlation of this timing, the whole timing of the market, is there. And I cannot ignore and I cannot think other way that maybe it is. Maybe 125, 124 top was in. And right now, when we went inside, below 50 moving average, 50 EMA, every single candle, first of all, we're on the weekly time frame Bitcoin charts, every single candle represents 1 week. So that is why I told you in my previous video that we need to see a rally this week. Because if this week is going to close above 50 EMA, that means we ended up this manipulation or a shake off in a fake out. And then we can start rallying up to the upside. But then again, if you remember my previous video, I'm cautious and I'm worried about that we're going to print the right shoulder. Every single time we're printing those head and shoulders pattern, if you zoom on back in 2017, 2018 top on a daily time frame, we also printed a head and shoulders pattern. The price drops, goes below 50 EMA, and the bear market starts to hit in so hard that everybody's starting to leave crypto for good. All the tourists, everybody just moves, goes back to trade Forex, start to invest into more safer assets like silver, gold, whatever. Maybe they're getting back into the e-commerce. I have no idea. But the bull market would be, if this gonna close below 50 EMA, it indicates that most of the time the bull rally is over and we need to pack our shit and leave. Second of all, I want to talk about the breakup structure, another bearish indicator comparing with the other cycles. In the previous one, 2021, despite the fact that everybody hates those head and shoulders pattern, and people are trading based on the supply and demand, and you can call it like a smart money concept or whatever. So every single time we're breaking the whole structure, or you can call it like a change of character thing, we broke the whole structure, went inside, retested the supply, drawdown. Also, the same situation we have here. Another change of character or breakup structure. At this point, doesn't matter. We broke the whole structure. We printed a lower low. That what indicates us there's a probability for us to go even lower. Also, the one thing that I want to mention is that every single time when we're going below 50-day moving average, at some point on those two rallies in a row when we found a top and bottom, price likes to go below even the 200 EMA. So if the price is going to go below 200 EMA and everything is going to be correlated with the situation that we have right now with the 200 EMA, until we're going to find some kind of death cross here. This is just my educated guess based on the data and trying to do this whole timing thing. If we're going to go below even the 200 EMA, the price still aligns with this accumulation that we created, a demand zone that we created, also alongside with this impulsive movement. So in general, what I want to say, this is my game plan. If the Bitcoin is going to decide that, hey, fellas, stop, I'm in the bear market, just leave me alone, I want to go back and retest $60,000. And the $60,000, 64, it doesn't matter, just zoom in and try to connect all of those more accurate price levels. It perfectly aligns with those tops that I mentioned in my previous video, that every single time when the Bitcoin goes in that bear market phase, in the bear trend, most of the time we're retesting those previous highs, previous rally tops. So my take is I want to talk about altcoins if this is over, because the main question is, majority of you, why we didn't see that euphoria phase, because majority of people are invested in those altcoins, right? So my take is that I'm gonna brainstorm a little bit here, and I'm gonna try to use a logical explanation on this one. This cycle, we haven't seen those large cap Ethereum rally that follows Bitcoin. We went after phase one. If you remember, after the phase one Bitcoin, when we started to shred it to the upside, we jumped straight away into the new phase, into the altcoin market. So that was a little bit weird that the money flow in the crypto market doesn't go in the same order as it used to be. Yeah, as it used to go. And my simple freaking theory, why is this thumbnail says that we need correction, or the Bitcoin correction, crypto correction, doesn't matter. I haven't decided what kind of thumbnail I'm going to create after shooting this video, but whatever. After using a simple questions and answers thing on my chat GPT, because I'm tired of doing those research online, for me it's better to ask a question on the chat GPT sometimes if I have something in general. Back in 2018, I was asking how many altcoins that we had back in 2018, or in general, crypto coins. We had at approximately 1,000 to 2,000 crypto coins. That is why we saw those sharp rallies to the upside. The money flow starts to kick into the market and starts to, flow into those 2,000 coins. Back in 2020, 2021, we have approximately, we haven't reached five-figure number, 6,000, whatever, tons of different altcoins. Now, in 2025, that what was making me what I was worried about, and I was always mentioning when I was doing those live streams, and that was our actually theory why altcoins, the simple and logical explanation for the average Joe, why the altcoins are not moving in the same, why in the crypto market, the money doesn't flow in the same order as it used to go back in 2021, 2022, or like 2018, because if we're going to calculate all of those meme coins, all of those rug pulls, we have hundreds of thousands, even million crypto projects. We have like insane amount of crypto projects. So money flow cannot move in the same order to reach your favorite altcoin that you think that the project is decent and good in the whole crypto ecosystem. So your coin that you think, for example, look at the GPU, phenomenal project. Where is it sits at? At absolutely freaking bottom. This is just an example. So your altcoin that you think that, oh my God, this project is so good, it needs to go higher. The big money just doesn't reach your altcoin. So that is just like a simple and logical explanation. So let me just jump into the theory in this whole thumbnails theory that we need some kind of correction. If this PP represents an upcoming bear market, talking about the altcoins, I do believe that in this phase, all of those stupid altcoins, those meme coins that we don't need them in general, well, despite the fact that we want to make a lot of money and bounce, all of those altcoins, we need to put those altcoins during this bear market phase into the survival mode. To just we need a correction to clean everything, to clean every single altcoin, to get them destroyed and to leave the crypto for good. So we need to put those altcoins into the survival mode phase and to see which one of them are gonna come back dry, or let's just see for those who can survive. And those projects has a decent team, they have a bright future, they have a logical future, their crypto in this whole blockchain ecosystem is just like decent and logical. I mean, it has a purpose, they will survive. Of course, they're gonna suffer, but they will survive. And we need to clean the whole this whole crypto ecosystem for those stupid altcoins. And then I'm always like thinking this: if we thought that the altcoin is gonna fly, like we saw back in 2020, altcoins are gonna be probably gonna be left behind during this bull rally, and the main focus will be on Bitcoin. So a lot of people gonna think that the next bull rally we need to focus more on Bitcoin, and markets always like move 5 moves, like things big players are think 5 moves ahead. So you cannot outcompete the market. And I do believe that a lot of people will think that, oh my god, yeah, Bitcoin is the future. We need to invest into the Bitcoin again, because Bitcoin showed a lot of strength back in 2025 bull rally. No, I do believe that then in the next bull rally, in the bull trend, I don't know when it's going to happen, but I don't want to suffer for 2 years. I want to see a little bit sooner, because there's a lot of money in the market. A lot of big institutions are playing the same game as we trying to play. Of course, we don't have that much money, so they're moving the market and regulations and all that thing. So I do believe that a lot of people will focus more on the Bitcoin than the altcoins, and then those altcoins that will survive gonna start shredding to the upside, and the Bitcoin probably gonna, alongside with the Bitcoin dominance, maybe the Bitcoin won't move that hard in the next bull rally, if this is over. So I'm trying to project, I'm trying to think the logical scenario about your altcoins, how you can still play the game with your altcoins. So I do believe that the next bull rally will be the altcoin season, but only for those altcoins that will survive during this depression phase. So the correlation between those cycles, 50-day moving average, 200-day moving average, everything is perfectly aligns. The numbers are quite accurate. I'm trying to compare the bottom and the top, how long did it took us. We already discussed, of course, like numerous times, that the crypto market, inside the crypto market, money flow doesn't move the same way, in the same order. Potential bottoms, those are the bottoms I'm looking. In general, if the Bitcoin is going to start dumping, those are the levels where I'm going to plan to accumulate more. Not here. I'm not going to try to open my wallet and do the dollar cost average here, because my bias, right, if I'm bearish, I do believe that the Bitcoin can go lower. So this is the place where I'm going to open my wallet. I'm not going to do the dollar cost average like the average Joe, because he cannot track the market 24/7. I do. I see all of those important levels, all of those important numbers. So of course I can start doing dollar cost average small. And when we're going to go even lower, I can start accumulating big. So again, we discussed about the altcoins. Actually, my theory about the altcoins played out, like it or not, for those who have been following me for 2-3 years. Because there was like no sense, no logic. If we're gonna buy those top 20 Polkadot, we're gonna try to buy that project, and it's gonna start reaching those previous new all-time highs. We're filthy rich, and this like makes no sense. We need to be cautious. So, and yeah, again, that is pretty much it. You need to be prepared for this. You need to be prepared for this, and in order for the bullish scenario, back into discuss about the bullish scenario, once again, if you remember my technical analysis on the daily time frame, and that following wedge pattern to start playing out, because we're reaching also those important levels, this week we need to see a bounce. I want to start building my buy long position by seeing the change of the whole structure and to find a perfect demand zone based on my of course trading strategy. At the end of the day, I'm just a day trader, and yeah, I'm investing in what I believe, but still at the end of the day, I'm just taking my profits and bounce. I don't care. I'm not here like crazy diamond hands guy trying to play the long game, but well, we'll see. But the thing is, for this bullish scenario on the daily time frame to start playing out, we need to see weekly close above it, and to finish this manipulation or this old drawdown, this old dump, whatever you want to call it, we need to finish it into some kind of manipulation. And we need to close it above 50 EMA. but I'm worried about the right shoulder. I'm just worried about the right shoulder, and then we can go straight to this demand, this whatever, this box that we created, the beautiful support that we have. So that is pretty much it. And yeah, every single time, every freaking single time, we're going below, we close it below 50 EMA, bear market in town. So nothing here is financial advice. As always, I could be wrong. Talking about stocks and all the big boys there is out there that we can trade and we invest now, ETFs and all of it. Crypto compared with those guys, with those tickers, with those assets, are still new thing. So we're trying to play and we're trying to analyze the data that we have from the past. Maybe this time is different. Maybe we won't see. Maybe the old institutions, Donald Trump, everybody's going to start just buying Bitcoin and going to shoot it from, I don't know, for absolutely madness. So who knows? But basically, by looking on the data, we're not looking good. We're not looking good. Bitcoin is not looking good. I'm going to suffer with my Ethereum leftovers that I'm still holding, but I'm still going to accumulate more Ethereum if we're going to go lower. I mentioned you like yesterday. And yeah, every single time we're going below, we're retesting at some kind of point, supply. We on the daily, talking about the breakup structure, even on the daily time frame, if we're going to zoom in, because we need to zoom in on back in 2018's data, we also break this whole structure, change the whole character at some point, and we retested the supply, drawdown, breakup structure, breakup structure, breakup structure, potential head and shoulders pattern. Those head and shoulders pattern play out. Those head and shoulders pattern play out on the daily time frame, and of course below 50 EMA and going straight to retest 200 EMA. So take it or leave it. Those all dumps, according to the percentages, negative 84, negative 77, maybe negative 60, approximately, that those numbers, everything is perfectly aligned. This impulsive movement represents a juicy freaking demand. If the Bitcoin is gonna go to those levels, and I do believe that actually the Bitcoin is going at some point at those levels. I mean, I'm accumulating big. That would be my $1 million window where I can start accumulating because from my profits that I secured this whole rally. So that is quick market update. Take it or leave it. And nothing here is financial advice. If you're playing with leverage and you're a day trader as me, just play, be responsible. And for those who are investing into a crypto, be cautious. Always secure your gains. I'm doing that, and always looking on a higher time frame where all of those juices are sitting at, where you can buy more. And actually, by wrapping everything up here, this is the zone that we talked, if I'm not mistaken, 7 times. 7 times. I thought that we can get a retest when we broke a 50-day moving average here back in like, what, 6 months ago. I thought that we're going to go lower and retest those levels. But we didn't. We respected the 50-day moving average. Rally to the upside. Right now we broke it. So all of those important dollar cost average small details are still here. All of those pivot points for you to accumulate more. Everything is in general. I don't need to mention anything else. I mean, everything is perfectly aligned. Keep an eye on those levels. Don't be greedy. Always secure your gains. And that is my quick market update. And everybody's talking about 50-day moving average, 50-week moving average, 50 EMA. So in general, every single time when I'm seeing what happened in the past, everything is perfectly correlated. Everything is perfectly aligned. So at the end of the day, we need this week to see a pump. We need to see this week a pump. And yeah, pay attention to the daily time frame and those falling wedge patterns in the supply and demand where we have in order to open your fat ass buy long position. Thanks for watching, and yep, that is pretty much it. Peace out, my legends.